right, John? All right, fine. Right, there we are. We'll try this again. Right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Supermarket Philately. Now, Supermarket Philately, I'll go back. There's the beginning. Supermarket Philately from my trolley. I thought I would set your quiz tonight, just while you're looking at this. Have a good look at the trolley and see at the end if you can decide what's actually in the trolley. And I'll give you a couple of seconds just to have a really good look at the trolley, and it might surprise you at the end. Right, I'll start now. Now, Supermarket Philately started completely by accident, and it was completely out of my control and has always been. There's many supermarkets, as you can see, and these have all at some stage contributed something to my display. I'm just moving what's the bits and pieces from behind here so that I can see everything better. Right, now it started, the first part of it is the promotions gave offers with a philatelic interest, and you get booklets and so on. The second part, Royal Mail thought this was a good idea, so they gave offers on their philatelic items. Part 3 is they specially produced philatelic items, and part 4 we go on to the supermarket style they started selling with. Tonight you only have the promotions that gave offers with a philatelic interest, and that should be enough for you for tonight. It gives you a good introduction. Now, these are some of the products. Some people go out and buy stamps from the post office. I go out and buy products and get my stamps free with them. And you can, in my time, I've had booklets, I've had postal orders, presentation packs, and also post notes. And that gives you an idea of what you're about to see. Now, the whole thing started completely by accident at the hairdressers. Not many people have a stamp collection that starts at the hairdressers. And in September 1971, I innocently went to our hairdressers, and that was in Caversham in Reading. And while I was under the dryer, as you used to do in those days, I was given a magazine. And the magazine was A Woman's Realm, and inside it was an advert for buying 8 cans of Heinz soup, and you got 6 Christmas stamps. So I thought this was quite good. So I immediately went out. Now remember, Crawford and I are both food scientists, so anything related to food we're quite happy with. And I knew we could tear the labels off, relabel the cans, no problem. And I went out and bought 8 cans of Heinz soup. And if you sent them off before a certain date, you got a first day cover. And here we have what I got. First of all, I sent it off before the 8th of October, and I got a first day cover dated the 13th of October. And I also got the presentation pack inside it with 6 Christmas stamps. Now, this is one of the few presentation packs. The first time I had seen a presentation pack style, which was not Royal Mail, because remember, presentation packs were only brought in 1964. So this was quite a new item. And immediately I saw it, dashed out and bought another 8 cans of Heinz soup, all different varieties, and sent off for more. Now, having done this once or twice, I suddenly found that I got a letter back. First of all, I didn't get the required number of presentation packs I'd sent for, and I got a letter back apologising and as you can see, and sending 6 stamps in a folder. And they had run out of their presentation packs. And that let me know there was 218,000 packs were issued in total. Now, the next thing was in 1980, there was a Kellogg's promotion. Now, I used to shop every Friday, and going round the supermarket on a Friday, kept my eyes open for anything funny, and immediately my eye caught the Collect British stamps, and that was enough to make me realise this was a promotion. And if you look, you have mock-up of what the first day cover would look like with the train stamps. And you go into it, and there is the first day cover, or the special cover, and the set that came out. Now, these are 12 pence, and in the mock-up, the stamps are 10 pence. So you can see the mock-up of the advert, and then you see the actual cover below. And they actually didn't quite know what the cancellation would be, and they used just the cockerel's head, and later you see the proper cancellation that was used for the souvenir cover. Now, this is one of the problems throughout the advertising, is that anyone advertising anything wants to know what the product's going to look like when they give it out. And in the case of stamps, you don't always know exactly what's going to happen. And you'll find, as we follow on, you'll see what happens. So this was 10p, was changed to 12p. Next one, 1981 Cadbury's Chocolate Fingers. Now in 1981, our daughter was 2. And at the age of 2, chocolate fingers are very attractive. So she ate her chocolate fingers, and I got a booklet of stamps with the compliments. And there you get the booklet of stamps inside the presentation card. And she ate her chocolate fingers. And she ate her chocolate fingers. So much so that we eventually sent off for another booklet later on. And it was number 4 in the series, because they'd obviously run out of number 2, the original booklet that they had included in the presentation pack. That was chocolate fingers. Now, we cleaned it up with Unilever promotion with cleaning up materials, which was Persil, etc., and Jif. And there was promotion, a Unilever promotion for cleaning materials, and that gave you a free first day cover. Now, this was quite useful because you always need something to clean up, and you can always make use of it. And it also gave details of a competition to win a range of wedding gifts. So there's the first day cover, and there's the list of wedding gifts you can enter. I didn't actually enter the competition, but I was very happy with the first day cover. Cadbury Typhoo wanted in the offer, and they produced a booklet. And here you have a little booklet with the 2 mint stamps for the royal wedding. Now from Cadbury's, we go on to Findus promotion. Findus decided they would give away a free souvenir stamp album. So it's quite easy to eat cod steaks, and we ate our cod steaks, and we applied for the free souvenir album. And here we have a little booklet for keeping your stamps in, and just in case you haven't seen them, that's the set of stamps below that actually belong in the album. And it actually gave you also details of the designer of the stamp. Next, the Milk Marketing Board. Now, the Milk Marketing Board were very good, because the person in charge of advertising for the Milk Marketing Board knew him very well, and he was a philatelist. And what he was doing when he was getting the actual contract made and the products. And the actual offer was on the side of cartoons of cream, and it was for post notes. And the promotion gave you 7 dairy post notes, 1 cookery book, 1 film offer, and that was all for 2 fresh cream pot tops and 84 pence. Now, as a philatelist, 84 pence for a stamp item never felt much to spend. And that was the inside full offer, 84 pence, what you would get. And having read that, I sent off, and I got a pack of 7 post notes. And there you get 4 different post notes on the 7 post notes. You get a duplicate in some of them, but they're very nice post notes. I don't know how many people have actually used post notes, or how many people have actually received post notes, or how easy it is to find a used post note. So far I haven't, but that might be my next challenge. Cookery book that went with it was all fresh cream, and you got recipes for stout and soup, avocado mousse, steak with cream sauce. Now, if anyone at any time wants a copy of any of these recipes, let me know and I can always send you a copy. More recipes: trout and cream, pineapple cheesecake, and strawberry shortcake. And even more recipes, including it goes right on to Gaelic coffee, trifle, and a pavlova. And that was all the recipes in the little booklet. Women's Realm wanted to be in on it, and Women's Realm offered a free post note with an issue of Women's Realm. Now, what I would like to try and get my hands on is the actual Women's Realm it was attached to. Someone very kindly gave me this, and I think I also found one at a stamp show or something. But I keep trying to find the Women's Realm, and all the Women's Realm, it was in the autumn of 1983, and all I'm looking for is the front cover of a Women's Realm, which says order inside for your pre-post note. But I haven't seen one since, so that's my hint. If anyone has any Women's Realms with the off in the front, all I want is a scan of the front cover of the Women's Realm magazine. The back, it's always very much, it looks as if they're trying to encourage women to use post notes. And the recent Milk Marketing Board promotion and the Women's Realm, I think, were aiming at women. Bird's eye frozen food promotion. Now, potato waffles and cod fillets. Purely by chance, I left the price on. I didn't realise that at the time. I kept the packet, put it away in a box, and later on, when I mounted this, I must have bought it at Key Markets, which was one of our local stores, at 37 pence. And with Vicky, at this time, she would be about 4, and fish fingers and potato waffles were part of her diet. Now that gave you, the Bird's Eye frozen food promotion gave you Christmas cards. And there was 2 types of Christmas cards. One was with a robin and the other was with dancers. And here we have, it shows you much clearer here, the 2 types of Christmas cards. And these were all bought at the local supermarket. And I went home and had great fun, and it encouraged my philately to send off. And here they came through, and also a booklet for £1.25 showing the mallard. Now, these Christmas cards on one pack, 5 Christmas cards on one side of the back, 5 Christmas cards on the other side of the back. And this, I believe, was shown at the Royal. So if you were at the Royal display, you might have seen these. Now, this is where I got a used Christmas card. It just so happens that Harold Fisher sent me a Christmas card. And Harold Fisher was the president of the Great Britain Philatelic Society. And if you have a book on penny blacks or penny reds, you should know the name Harold Fisher. And this was the card he sent. And he was very encouraging, because when I first started this collection, I showed about 6 sheets at a Great Britain Philatelic Society display. And he felt there was something there. It was very, very encouraging. I personally thought it was a lot of rubbish at the time. I had just put them up for the sake of it and never thought of taking it further, but he could see the future in it. And this just so happened to be one of the Christmas cards he sent. So whether or not he bought this at a stationer's or whether he ate his fish fingers, I will never, ever know. Cat was the next one, 1984. Again, Vicky at 5 enjoyed her Kit Kat and was happy taking part in this and eating Kit Kat for me when I bought it. And you could get a writing set. Now, you could get a 50 pence booklet. If you look at the left-hand side, you will see arrowed the little booklet saying 50 pence, and this is the mallard booklet, or rather that's what they thought they would be sending out with the offer. But they changed the value in the booklets, and the mallard went to the £1.25 booklet, and it was the Orkney ram that was in the 50 pence booklet. So instead of getting the mallard, everyone got a 50 pence Orkney ram booklet. And there was also note paper and envelopes. And here we have the note paper, There was this design I chose, and I'll go back and let you see. The other design was a garden design. And if anyone has the garden design, I'm only too happy to swap them a sheet of my notepaper for the garden design, because I didn't get the chance of getting both, which I would like for my collection. Next was Steradent promotion. Again, if you have a look at the advert, it shows the 50p Orkney Ram booklet. And there you see it in the bottom of the advert. Steradent I found was very, very good for used in cleaning glass vases, flower vases, which could be awkward to clean at times. And that solved my problem there. 1984, now this was a PG Tips offer, and this was Brook Bond, and Crawford worked for Brook Bond. It's always worked for Brook Bond, except Brook Bond was taken over at times, changed his name, and his name has changed with the company he worked for, but it was always the same one all his life. Having started at Brook Bond, he followed it right through. And here you see, how do you like my smart new writing paper? And it really is good. That's taken out of the advert. And there is your offer. You can send off for 90p. You get 2 50p booklets. Now that's quite good for a start. 20 sheets of notepaper, 10 matching envelopes, pink or green, and a handwriting pen. Unfortunately, the only thing I've lost so far is the pen. Don't know, it went somewhere. I think someone used it, and it's not too bad. That was the only thing missing. There's the 2 colours of paper, and there's the 2 booklets I got, both 50p. And after also the folder for the notepaper, excuse me. And you could put the notepaper in there. Now, I sent off for some more, and unfortunately, they were out of the green kit, but it was quite a nice envelope. And I already had the green one, so I didn't mind. And this I can see, this offer I sent to Crawford's mother, because both my mother and Crawford's mother were very useful. Every so often they were told what I needed them to buy, and they'd go out and buy things and take up the offer. Next one is Rice Krispies. And here it's a Stamp Bug Club promotion, and you get the first day cover. And this was quite easy, because again, Vicky and I and Crawford quite happy with Rice Krispies, and we ate them as required. And it came through the string set and the 5 pens. Now, unfortunately, Vicky never got her hands on it. I think, being a very cruel mother, I kept her well out of her reach, and I don't think even to this day she has seen it. But it was well kept out of her reach all these years, and it was very much a philatelic item, and went into the philatelic cupboard. And the Stamp Bug Club album, that was another matter, but she'd already joined, and I kept these, and you see all the pens. Craft Dairy Lee offer. I missed this offer, but someone very kindly gave me the bottom of the box for the Craft Dairy Lee cheese, and that's where I managed to get it. And later, a cover and a booklet as well. But it was the actual bottom of the pack that was very much appreciated that someone had kept. And there's the booklet and the first day cover as well. So that's Craft Dairy Lee offer. Now we go on to Wall's Bacon offer next. And this was to the wholesalers. And this was a letter to the wholesalers saying, sell your bacon, and this pack's coming out. And there we are. For full details, buy special packs of Wall's British Bacon. And again, it was for post notes. I've gone up too far. There we are. And there's the special offer. And the special offer was produced on a post note. And you can see the special offer there. And that's the front of the post note and the back of the post note. Wait a minute. Right, yes. And if you read it all, you see, I don't like to say a couple of seconds to read it. And I've put a note down at the bottom. You could say that the writing is on the walls for a promotion that will boost your sales. No further comment on that one. That's your free pack of 5 of these raw meal post notes. Now the next one is Cadbury Smash. And this is rather nice. I didn't use Cadbury Smash, but always think it's nice. And I think the emblem's nice, and the little Smash emblem. Now, postal order, I happened to say at the Royal, I think it was, and John Shaw, and many of you know John Shaw, all of a sudden produced special postal order for me and all the details of the offer. And it was a recipe leaflet, 50 pence postal order, and he must have been collecting it, and he passed it on, which I very, very much appreciated. And for some reason, I rather like it, and I like the actual symbols of the Cadbury Smash. Now we go from there onto the recipes. You can have first class post potato salad, or raw meal minty pea soup, or postman's pie. Now, if you want any of these recipes, just let me know, and I can always send you a copy of this if you want to try them out, or have a special philatelic dinner party. Now, from there, we want a Thai food offer, and here this is a specimen postal order. At this time, 1985, everything seemed to be postal orders. I think for some reason or other, the system, everyone said we'll have postal orders, and they all, one after the other, joined in this craze for sending out postal orders for everything. And you can see the specimen example with specimen perforated across the middle of the postal order. Another one was Maxwell House promotion. Again, we have perforated specimen, but this time the specimen actually goes through where it says compliments of Maxwell House, and you can hardly see it. That's 2 of them. And then the other one specimen is another Nescafe. It seemed to be all coffee promotions. And again, this is a specimen example, and it just lets you see the postal order. Don't think this is the end of the postal orders, because there's some more coming in later. Now, the next one was 1995 Nescafe promotion for Christmas stamps. Now, I don't drink coffee, but Crawford's mother was a great coffee drinker, so she was persuaded to buy Nescafe, and she drank all the Nescafe coffee and sent off for the promotion for me, which was a nice Christmas present I got. And here you see the pack with the stamp sticking out. Another special offer, the Nescafe range, again for postal orders. And this is the postal order one. And you get a £5 postal order. And again, John Shaw must have sent for this, and he very kindly passed the postal order on to me. Now, the next one was the 60th birthday of Her Majesty the Queen. And here we have a special offer with the birthday stamps and a little album inside the cover. And inside the back cover, the name Anne is misspelled as A-N-N instead of A-N-N-E. Maxwell House, again, postal orders. And again, it's very much coffee. Coffee seems to be the one they go for postal orders. Brook Bond promotion. This was easy to get with, as I say, Crawford working for Brook Bond. And this is one of the Brook Bond postal orders. Now, this I find fascinating. I used bold. Now, this came in and it was 3 17-pence stamps, and you could get, they would send you 2 photo letters, and this is cards that you could put your photograph on that you could send, and they would protect the photograph, sending it through the post. And you got these 2 special photo letters, and you got 3 stamps. So having used Bold, I collected the number of tokens, etc., sent off for Bold, and what happened? Surprise, surprise, the post office put up the postage. And the postage, I've gone 2 pages, the postage went up from 17 pence to 18 pence. And instead of getting 3 17-pence stamps, I got 3 18-pence stamps and 2 photo letters. And that's one of them you see there. So that was rather not very good for Bold. Now, the following year, they decided it would be nice to send, again, 4 stamps, 4 18-pence, first-class stamps, but no photo letters, just 18-pence stamps. And having used Bold when it came round, I sent off the number of labels. And guess what happened? Here we are, keep in touch. And it tells you get 4 19-pence. The postal rate went up yet again. I don't think Bold have ever done it since then. And I'm not surprised. From Bold, we're still in postal orders, parcel. Now you get different parcel ones. If the postal order, it says parcel automatic. And this is from 2 large packets of parcel automatic powder. And this is another one, and it just says parcel. Now, I had a very good neighbour, and she was extremely good. We got on very well, and she used parcel. So when the parcel postal order came in, her daughter suddenly produced it. I paid £1, and I got my parcel postal order. More stamp this time, and instead of collecting labels and sending them, you could exchange them at the post office counter. So we collected them. They had to have, I think, the red mug, I think, on them, or it was this one or not. And here we are. Here's the offer. This cafe featuring the red mug. And that was the only one on the offers. And this time, the offer leaflet came in. I folded it up. I put a stamp on it, and I sent it off to see if I could get a first day cancellation. Unfortunately, it was cancelled. It's a 14-pence stamp, but it's very heavily cancelled. Now, the whole of that advert never tells you the price of the stamps, because at that time, they hadn't decided on the price of the Christmas stamps. They were running between 13 pence and 14 pence, and they couldn't decide. So much so that even the special press preview for the new stamps had to be delayed. But this shows you part of it that I tried to get cancelled. Not very successfully, but it's a token gesture. Free 4 first-class postage stamps worth 76 with Lion brand. And there you get the booklet and the Lion brand offer. The cat. Now, we had 3 cats at that time, and it's a good job we had 3 cats because we needed 3 cats for this offer. And this was the Catamite promotion for a stamp booklet. So the cats ate Catamite, and these are all the 6 varieties of cat food. They changed from one to the other. They had lamb, salmon, rabbit, chicken liver, rabbit and chicken, beef and liver. And there's all the different ones with the adverts for free stamps in the front. And as I say, the 3 cats enjoyed these. Next one, now this was a problem, Branston Pickle, because at that time Crawford worked for Hayward's Pickles, and Hayward Pickles had their own pickle, so he couldn't possibly have a jar of Branston Pickle. So I had to buy it surreptitiously, and it just happened we had a visitor in, and he rather liked the Branston Pickle because I happened to put it out, and he was sent home with the jar. So that solved my problem. Quite happy to give him a jar of Branston Pickle. And this is what we got. Again, we got a booklet, and it's quite nice. I rather like getting the booklets. And inside the cover, we got the penny black, details of the penny black. Now, to celebrate the 150th anniversary of penny black, quick brew invites you to have tea with the Queen. Now, there's two ways. You can either use packets, or you can either use loose tea, or you can either loose tea or tea bags. And there you see the packet with the tea bags. And with the quick brew, now the loose tea, you got a booklet, and a £1 stamp booklet, and with the special two-headed stamps inside. And there you see the back of the packet where it gives you the advert. Now, this actually was Click Mill in Orkney on the front of the booklet cover. And this is details of the Click Mill. Gives you details of the actual wheel. And I had a friend who went up to Orkney, and he knew I was interested in this, and he sent me a photograph of the Click Mill in Orkney. And that's where they used to mill the corn. Now, from where we go to the actual tea bags, and here we are, because the boxes were there, they gave out postcards, and the postcards had details of the various stamps. And here, cards and packet with the stamp. You got the packet, inside the packet you got the stamp, and you could either get a 15p stamp for 80 bags or 20p stamp if you bought the 160 bags. And there's some of the other cards that you got. And there was 6 in the series altogether. I think I've shown you. And that's the 2 second class. I don't know why. They seem to have been bound the wrong way around. And I don't know what's the front and what's the back. But it just makes something a little bit different. Now, the next one we come to is the Ordnance Survey map. Now, this I found was very interesting because the stamps were all printed by a different method, like the maps, because the maps, as you can see, go for some time and the printing changes. And we actually, as the advisory committee, we went down to where they printed the Ordnance Survey maps, and they're the only other printers that have to align the colours like the stamp printers. They have got to be perfect in positioning their colours, both for size and width and everything. Because if you can imagine, if they go out of alignment, you could have a line in a map and the road's sort of 10 miles from where it should be. But it was amazing just how similar to the stamp printing the map printing is. There's the set of stamps. You see all 4 stamps. And this was based on Ham Street. And this was the first county to be mapped in detail. And managed to get a few postcards of Ham Street, and I put that on to get the first day. Now, having got that map, I was able to get, there's the presentation card from Harrison, and it's got the 2 stamps printed, and the method of printing intaglio and offset litho. And there, having found this map, I don't quite know, I think it was a presentation pack, or it was somewhere, I was able to try and position the stamp and see if I could put it perfectly on top of the copy of the original 1816 map. And you see how it was taken out. And the alignment there works very, very well. And you can see it. And that's Ham Street. That's the press preview. That's the photograph for the press and signed by Howard Brown, who was the designer. He has designed a lot of stamps around about that time for Royal Mail. He's a very, very good designer. Back to Nescafe, back to coffee. And here, if you handed in labels this time, depending on how many labels you handed in at the post office, what you could get. Now, I'll go back on this one. If you look closely, 20 first-class stamps, you got them in the shape of a Christmas booklet. And you can see it just down at the bottom of the advert. You could get first-class stamps, or you could get greeting stamps. You could get 10 greeting stamps, or you could get 20. And here we have the 10 in the booklet. Now, this booklet I was able last year to get signed by Tony Mewison, who actually designed the stamps. And these are actually some of my favorites. Thought that was a lovely set. And it was absolutely super getting a chance to actually meet the designer when he came to Nailsworth last year. 40th anniversary of the accession. Again, Sunday Mirror magazine, and there's a special first day cover. And Kellogg's Bran Flakes promotion. Now, I'm not terribly fond of bran flakes. Crawford isn't terribly fond of bran flakes, but we had a visitor coming, and this visitor was a philatelist, and he always came to play golf in Purley, and at certain times he wanted to stay overnight because he was playing early in the morning or he was playing till late at night or some meeting or other. And every so often he would come once in a while. So said, yes, there's no problem of you coming, but you must have a plate of bran flakes in the morning. So it is plate of bran flakes, whether he liked it or not. And this is what we got. We got the booklet, and inside the booklet you get the 2 airmail stamps, and then you get the writing set. And there's the writing set, the whole of it. And that all came having your bran flakes. Another Christmas offer. And again, we have the Christmas stamps. And this time the booklet, and you see the booklet, it says you get first-class stamps with 900-gram labels, 5 definitive first-class stamps, 1,800 grams, 10 Christmas first class, and a book of 20 Christmas second class if you had 2,700 grams of coffee you had consumed. There you are, and there's the book with the details. Not all the stamps offered were Christmas stamps, and there's the booklet that you got. Now, the next one was the Sunday Express offer, and this was anniversary of the Honourable Company of Edinburgh Golfers. Now, at that time, we have the 4 golf courses. At that time, my mother lived in Troon, and Crawford and I got married in Troon. And the one thing we knew about Royal Troon was that one of the holes was called the postage stamp. So immediately they said in the committee they were having a set for golf in Scotland. I managed to get in. You had to have the postage stamp. So that's why we have the postage stamp, called the postage stamp, because it's a very, very short hole, as most golfers would understand. And this one is white satin gin offer, and you get a booklet. And I thought this was quite a good one, because I think this is the end, and you can go and pour yourself a gin. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will come again sometime. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jean. That was really very, very good. I really enjoyed that.
Stop sharing.
Okay. Yeah, that was really very good. Looking back at that, I can only think that yourself and Crawford had some very eclectic meals in the 1980s. And